Here we are at Youmacon 2016 with Chris Rager. Chris, now if I remember right, you played Mr. Satan on Dragon Ball Z?
Mr. Satan / Hercule for the television watchers. 17 years ago, 1999, I started screaming into a microphone for Dragon Ball Z, and I'm glad that I did.
How did you get into that?
I was an actor at like 19 years old, and I started doing theater in college. Ended up going to acting school. Eventually got an agent, started going on auditions, although Dragon Ball Z wasn't an audition I got from my agent. That was actually one I got from my friend, Mike McFarland, who plays Master Roshi. He called me up, or we were all in a comedy troupe together, and one day he's like, "Hey man, I started booking these voices, doing some cartoons down in Fort Worth, Texas. You guys should go out and audition." I was like, "Hell yeah, getting paid to make cartoon voices? That sounds great. I want to do that." And so I went and auditioned. Hercule was on the docket that day, and I put together my best rendition of some 80s wrestlers, because that was what came to mind when I first looked at Mr. Satan. I thought immediately Hulk Hogan jumped into my mind, and I then started thinking Randy Macho Man Savage, and just a conglomeration of 80s wrestlers, that overall essence of that time, and that's kind of what I did, and they liked it, and they said come back and do it more.
Really? So that was kind of your template for the character?
Yes, the template was the basis is Hulk Hogan with some Randy Macho Man Savage and some Jesse the Body Ventura in there, and that's about it. No magical thing. I never heard the Japanese actor previously. People always say, "Thank you for staying true to the original Japanese." I'm like, I never heard that guy until later. Yeah, it was years later that we actually started listening to the scene in Japanese and then recording our lines. But I'm glad that I did him justice. I just didn't know that I was doing him justice.
Do you have any news updates you'd like to give on Dragon Ball Z?
Well, we got a big announcement today, actually at noon today, that Funimation is going to be dubbing Dragon Ball Super. So all of you guys can quit asking us if we're going to be recording Dragon Ball Super, because yes, we are. And I think in some capacity that process has already begun. So we're excited. We're happy to be doing it. I'm reprising Mr. Satan all over again. Like I said, 17 years ago, I didn't realize I was going to be still doing this character all these years later. So it's an honor and a privilege, and I hope we do it for 17 more.
It's a beloved character.
Well, thank you. He is near and dear to my heart as well.
And your wallet. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
No, not at all.
And you were mentioning voice workshops. What do you do with voice workshops?
I teach. I created a class of workshops, sort of based on video games, voice acting in anime and video games, and it really is about the experience of being a voice actor in those worlds. So the first class we take you through audition process, where I bring in Joel McDonald. He does a great lecture on the do's and don'ts of auditioning, and then helps you sort of break down anime and looking at anime sides and the types of anime, types of characters, and the types of voices that may fit these characters. And then we actually audition people in the class, and then the second class we sort of expand from that. We actually get them in the booth, get students in the booth and actually recording time-coded anime, again expanding from that idea of making quick choices, breaking the anime down very quickly, deciphering characters very quickly, and being able to give them a voice. Because in the world of anime, you don't have a lot of time to get the script and read it over and decide character choices and things like that. That just doesn't exist. You don't get to do that. You have to make quick choices and be able to make voices for characters you've never seen before, typically for the first time. I'll go into one booth of Funimation, and I have a character that I've been doing, reprise over and over again. Then I'll go to two other booths and do characters I've never seen before. I've never seen the script that day. I don't even know what the show is. And so I want I want the students to kind of get the feel for being able to quickly do that, because in this business you do it quite often. And then we jump into some video game scripts, and then we do two completed scenes of anime for the very last class. And I bring in Chris Sabat, people like Monica Real, Ian Sinclair, who are all here except for Sabat this weekend. And it's just a good overall experience. People have done 5 sessions now. I take 10 students each session. We teach them in Dallas or Plano, Texas. It's the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and out at Okatron Studios. So you can come out and take a class from your favorite voice actors in the place where we record shows like Dragon Ball Z and video games like Borderlands 2 and things like that. So
Very cool. And is this a regular schedule?
I sort of schedule them as I have time. That typically works out to be about one every other month, so
Okay.
about 6 a year so far. I'm looking to kind of expand on that idea and create some other classes. I think that would help benefit a lot of the local voice actors or up and coming voice actors that are out there, at least in our area. And so yeah, I hope it's something that's gonna. I mean, they're really easy to sell. These classes are not hard to sell, but I really make sure that I vet the people who are coming. I need people who have performance experience, because I can't just put somebody green into the booth who has no performance experience and expect to get something, to expect to have something happen. So if you are going to come take the classes, that you need some form of performance experience.
And if somebody wants to take a class, how do they get listed up for it?
You follow me on Twitter at Rager Coaster, like roller coaster, but my last name Rager Coaster. Follow my fan page, Chris Rager Voice Actor, on Facebook, and I'll make those announcements there. And the flyer I make the announcements on has the telephone number you need to call and the email address you need to email, and get on the phone with me. I usually talk to people about 10, 15, 20 minutes, kind of finding out about them, what their story is and their experiences and what they're looking to get out of this class. And we've really had some good students, and some students who really got some potential in this business too. So
Very cool.
I'm hoping that some really big stars come out of my classes and make me look really, really good.
Now, I know you've got to get going, so I won't ask you much more.
No worries.
But we were talking about
Excuse me.
simuldubs and broadcast dubs.
Right.
Is Dragon Ball Z Super going to be done that way? Or?
It is not. It is not. It is right now, though. You can watch it because the big Funimation Crunchyroll merger. You can watch Dragon Ball Super on Crunchyroll right now, all the way up to, I think, episode 63 or 64 that it's on right now. So if you want to catch up on your Dragon Ball and you don't mind subtitles, then have at it. You can watch all of them you want. But or for those of you who like to do both, you like to watch the sub and the dub, and then there's the dub haters and the sub haters, and you guys all fight. Some people are thinking Crunchyroll and Funimation are the same thing now. What do I do? I can't comprehend it. But look, we have love for all kinds of anime fans, subs, dubs, and all the alike. But the cool thing about Funimation is that we are the simul dubs or the broadcast dubs, or whichever way you want to call them. Anime that's being released for the first time in Japan 2 weeks later is being stripped down, redubbed, and put out on Funimation channel for your viewing pleasure. So it's a cool, fun, neat experience. It hasn't been done before, and there's no better, faster way to get your anime. Heck, and if you don't have a Funimation channel subscription, it's like $5. I don't know, punch a bum on the street and take your $5. Or
take
something,
his bottle money.
I mean,
in
something.
Michigan,
It's
anyway.
not. I mean, anything. It's $5, people. Not to mention your Netflix and your Hulu and Crunchyroll, and I mean, there's too many ways to get your anime.
What have they done simuldubbing?
One of them was Assassination Classroom, which was very popular. I think just ended last season. We've got some new ones. I got a new one coming out, Show by Rock. I played Dagger Morse. It's about about singing rock star girls and that kind of thing. I was just recently in one called Servamp that was out about humans and vampires living together, and oh man, the list goes on. Google it, man. I can't remember them all. There's like literally like 15 shows going to be simuldubbed this season.
Excellent.
So, like I said, if you like anime and you want to get the most up to date, most recent anime, there's no other way to do it.
So I'm gonna bring this to a close because I know you got to run.
Sure.
But what's your website? How can they?
I don't
more
personally have
info
my
on you.
own website, but like I said, follow me on Twitter at Rager Coaster, Facebook Chris Rager voice actor, and follow me there. And like I said, I post things all the time on my Twitter account. I like to do Mr. Satan's lesson for the day, so follow me there. I usually have a funny bit of wisdom to pass along, mostly Dragon Ball related and sometimes not. Yeah, so follow me there. Find out about the classes when those things pop up, and all the other fun, crazy things that are going on at Funimation and otherwise, Gearbox and video games and things like that.
Well, excellent. Thank you very much, and enjoy the con.
I'm having a great time. Youmacon, baby.